Luke, John Harrison here. Welcome to episode 160 of the Daily Boom. And so, I wanted to chat today about when somebody pisses you off, when somebody triggers you, annoys you, aggravates you, upsets you, whatever it is, deliberately comes and attacks you verbally or puts you down. And I'm sure we've all had that person who's done that to us at some point in our lives. So, here's what would have happened years ago. I would have wanted to prove myself right. I would have wanted to hey, that's wrong what you're saying, but this, you're not considering this, but this. Expending a lot of energy to try and prove them wrong and prove me right. Okay? And let's face it, the ego likes it when we're right. It gets hurt when we're wrong. Okay? Nobody wants a damaged ego. Nobody wants to look daft. Nobody wants to look weak. Nobody wants to look insignificant. So a lot of the time we think that we need to react to this person or persons that are putting us through this pain, if you will. But through reaction and through getting, maybe, let's say, proving ourselves right, does that necessarily put us in a position of power? Or does it just exhaust us? Yeah, we may feel immediately gratified from the fact that we have proven our point and it needed to be said and I'm right, they're wrong, how dare they, they'll not do that again. Okay, fair enough. But what about if it wasn't about proving anybody right or anybody wrong? What if it was just about having the ultimate power? And what is the ultimate power? Empathy. Being able to step away from your perspective and see it from all perspectives. Looking at it from their perspective now, if they're immediately attacking you, they're in some kind of pain themselves. And if they're attacking you, it's likely because you've shown them a mirror of some kind. You're showing them their reality in a certain way. And they cannot accept their reality, so they choose to react and attack. And that's sad because deep down, they're actually in pain. And to be honest, they're probably in more pain than you. Because a lot of those times when people react to you and be negative, you're like, I would never do that. Why is this person doing that to me? Because that person is actually in more pain than you. So if we can start to kind of accept that, not that I'm condoning what they're doing is right, but it doesn't have to be proved wrong at the expense of you getting stressed, worn out, fed up. When you approach this from a little bit more of a calm perspective and you start to think, hang on, at the end of the day, I've got to kind of meet these people with empathy. Yeah, they're trying to attack us, but what harm can they really do if I stop feeding them? Because guess what? When you stop feeding them, they die. They can't be bothered. They're not getting any reaction from you. Maybe it's an ex-partner. Maybe it's something to do with your business. Maybe it's something to do with a work colleague. Maybe it's something to do with a stranger on the street or a person on social media. Whatever it is, if anybody's reacting to you and reacting negatively, and maybe you maybe feel like they're against you. The fact is, they're not against you. They're more so against themselves. Because if they were truly at peace with who they are, they would just accept it. If somebody triggers you, you've got to think, why is that triggering me? You've got to understand it from the other person's point of view as well. I know sometimes that's hard when we are not in the right frame of mind and we're tired and we're angry and pissed off and ratty and stuff. But the thing is, it's not just your perspective that is there. They're doing what they believe is right for them. And I hope you can take this message and grow and learn from this message, because if we were to react out of this place, be proactive, if you will, rather than just reacting to somebody who tries to come against us, then there would be so much less of this shit in the world. As people come against you and they want your reaction, they want some fuel to burn, they need to get that pain, they need that release, so they choose you. And anybody that's ever came against you is in pain themselves. And if you don't feed them, they starve to death. And they will move on. They will move on. And if you can actually make the decision to not have to prove yourself right, and just be okay with being who you are and what you're doing, and understand that judgment's going to come regardless, then you are on a winning place. It's kind of why I developed Calm Motherfuckers, because it is what it says on the tin. When you approach life from a calm perspective, you are in so much power. When you're able to take criticism and judgment and actually learn from it, and sometimes we've got to admit it might actually be right. What they're saying could be right, but then again, it could just be total bullshit. It could just be their truth and have no relevance to you. But if you're the type of person who reacts initially aggressively, maybe you have a temper problem, maybe it's that you're tired and you're pissed off and you've got a lot of stress going on in your life, I get that, but at the end of the day, your decisions make who you are, not your conditions. So decide to make a better decision next time somebody triggers you or angers you. How are you going to handle it? There's always a decision there, there's a choice. And the current condition doesn't decide how happy you are. It's the decisions that you make to change your conditions, which you're all capable of doing, we all are. Think about it. How do people get from homeless to making money and being successful? How do people get from severely overweight to coming down to a strong, healthy, fit body? How do people come from broken relationships and terrible backgrounds to being very, very happy in the person they are and the people that they're with? Because they make better decisions. And that's what it's all about. That's what it all boils down to. Better decisions. So, hope you found this video useful. Guys, share this video. Spread the word. It's important that people start to learn to combat things from a little bit of a different perspective. I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Peace out, my friends. See you later.